Good evening, America. My name is Akunji Agbola Akwale Lawrence, and the topic of the day is Mr. Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, the leader of the free world, must relinquish power and his government to the feds. Is a must. Is a must. As of today, there is enough evidence against Mr. Donald J. Trump that confirms what many of us has already concluded as far back as the time he won the election, that the election was rigged. He used the people who were good in computer to hack into the electoral computer, especially the computer in Pennsylvania, and rigged the elections to his favor. He must be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. He has to be arrested right now. He himself said it, and he said it to Zuckerberg or whatever his name is, that if he became the president and an investigation should go on and conclude that the election was forged, the election was rigged, he will spend his days, his last days behind bars. He will be put behind bars for the rest of his life. Now, everything I'm saying, for a reason unknown to me up to today, every time 24/7 I've been on the government's video camera. Everything about me is being monitored. How could that be? And I'm saying categorically, without hesitation, that the President of the United States, the leader of the free world, is a fraudster. The President of the United States, the leader of the free world, forged electoral papers. He hacked into the electoral computer in order to become the President of the United States. And is still the President of the United States. And we have private investigators, federal investigators at the highest level of government, who are being paid huge amount of money to make sure this machinery called the United States government runs smoothly. And the president has not been arrested. The president has not been made to hand over his entire government to the feds. It's practically impossible. I cannot believe it. There are people at the highest level of government who are investigators who are supposed to make sure that this machinery, this ship called the United States government, runs smoothly. They saw the president forged and rigged the election. And up till now, nothing is done. It dawns on me. Even if nothing is done, you have to pay me. I gave you the information. I got to get paid right now for that single information. For that single information. Knowing fully well that the beacon of democracy around the world is the United States of America. Knowing fully well that what upholds the US government is primarily the system of government in place. And if the system of government is broken, if the system of government is rigged, it has to be adjusted, and there got to be something done. And up to now, they will not arrest, they will not do nothing about the situation. It bothers the mind. This is the United States of America. Not just any country around the world. This is the biggest economy on the planet. And a white trash like Mr. Donald J. Trump rigged the election, and it's not being prosecuted. And you have all the video evidence, you have all the evidence at your disposal. Even him himself, the President of the United States, spilling the beans on himself. What else do you need? If there is anybody, and I'm saying this with all honesty, if there is anybody in the US government as of today who could convince me otherwise, that Mr. Donald J. Trump should not hand over his government to the feds, I'm available to be convinced. If there is just one single individual in this government of Donald Trump, that could convince me otherwise, that a rigged election is administering the biggest economy on the planet and nothing will be done, is beyond comprehension. Mr. Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, forged the election, rigged the election, masterminded a fraudulent act to win the presidency of the United States, and must be dealt with. He has to relinquish authority. He has to hand over to the feds. It's a must. There is nothing else to do. He has to be removed from office. Mr. Donald J. Trump is a fraud. He's a political fraud. He has to go. He has to go. I'm not saying that I know everything. No, I'm not a know-all. But if there's just one person, one single individual can come out on national television and convince me that in spite of the fact that we could conclude right now on video, right now by investigation, right now on tape, that he rigged the election and he will not be prosecuted, well, I'll say, well, that is new. But nobody's talking about it. It's like we've been bamboozled to believe that everything is okay. No, everything is not okay. A fraudulent man rigged the election and is managing the biggest machinery of democracy on the planet. This has to be dealt with. Donald Trump has to go. It's a must. Again, my name is Akonji Agbola Akinwale Lawrence. Thinking aloud and telling the American people, your president ain't shit. He has to be kicked out of office. He has to hand over to the feds. Period. And for emphasis, the name again is Akonji Agbola Akinwale Lawrence. Stay blessed, America. Stay safe.